Almost being in Hawaii. All right. It's so odd. I forgot to ask Erin. I meant to, but like, was it yesterday? Well, yesterday and the day before. It's been so cool. I was wondering what the coolest day in June has ever been. So, I'm gonna ask. See if that was maybe yesterday. All right. Go ahead and sit in simple cross leg, and then go ahead and put your other leg in front. So your non-dominant leg. Let me switch that out and sit it up nice and tall. Lengthening up through the torso, up through the spine. And let's go ahead and begin by rolling our shoulders back. Roll that back. And then go ahead and roll that forward. Good, and roll that back again. And roll that forward. And setting it up even taller. Begin to drop our chin down towards our chest. Shoulders stay away from our ears. And then lift that head up to center. Look over to the right. And then look over to the left. And again, look to the right. And to the left. And with that, to center, drop that chin back to chest. And with that head up to neutral. Drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. As you do that, maybe allowing your left arm to just dangle off to the side. So then you can get an extra little stretch. Left side of the neck. Bring that head neutral. Left hand is still down. And go ahead and look over to the left. And bring that head back to center, and you can bring that left arm back up, and then go ahead and drop that left ear to left shoulder and release that right arm. And bring that head back to neutral, look over to the right. And then bring that back to center. And let's do some neck half circles here. So let's go ahead and drop that chin to chest. And then ear to shoulder, and chin to chest, and ear to shoulder. Taking that from sense. And drop that chin back to chest. We lift that head back up to center. Roll our shoulders back. And go ahead and roll that forward. And let's do some big sun breaths here. So let's go ahead and inhale and sweep our arms up nice and big. And exhale and press it down. And again, inhale and lift this up. And exhale and press it down. And inhale and lift this up. And exhale and press down. And inhale and lift this up. Let's go ahead as we exhale. Let's drop our left hand just to our right thigh and right hand beside us or behind us. Whatever feels best for you, and give yourself a little bit of a twist here. Just a little twist. And then bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. And let's take it to the other side. So little twist to the other side. And inhale, lift this up. And twist it to the right. And inhale this up. And twist it to the left. And inhale this up. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and clasp our hands behind us and open up that chest. So opening up through the arms, through the chest. Go ahead and drop that chin down. And lift that head up. Go ahead and look to the right and to the left. And head back to neutral. Landed our elbows, hands over to right waist. Squeeze elbow back. And then go ahead and switch sides. Take that over to the other side. Squeeze that over back. And then release that. Shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale. And inhale and sweep this up. Let's go ahead and drop our right hand down or reach over with the left. So then you can do the left side of the body. Inhale, this our center. And then switch sides. So dropping the left, reach over with the right. One more time each side. So inhale and lift this up. And reach over right. And inhale up. And reach over left. And inhale up. As we exhale, clasp our hands again behind us, opening this up. Drop that chest. Drop that chin. And lift that head up to center. Look over to left. Look over right. Head back to neutral. Bend your elbows. Hands over to left waist. And let's squeeze that elbow back. And I'm going to switch. Which side? Elbow back. Go ahead and release that. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Let's go ahead and drop our left hand down. Reach over right. And inhale up, switch sides. Right hand down, reach over left. And up, left hand again. Take that down. And reach this up and right hand again. Over with the left. And inhale this up. Go ahead and drop our right hand to our left thigh. Left hand follows our spine down. And this time a deeper twist to the left. And breathe. And then inhale this up. And switch sides to the other side. And deeper twist on this right side. And inhale this up and release that down. Good. If you're sitting on something, you can go ahead and move that to the side. And let's lean it back and take our feet hip width or wider, just depending on how your hips are feeling right now. And then let's go ahead and drop this from side to side. So let's do some windshield wipers. Good, let's go ahead and keep that right leg in front. Zigzag legs, lift this up tall center and twist it over to the left first. So lean into that left side and then sit it up tall again. And now big twist to the right. So now that hip, left glute, left hip, left inner thigh can be lifted up off of the floor, lengthening up through that spine. Maybe you're able to take your eyes and look over your right shoulder really far. Good, 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 good. And breathe. And then let's go ahead and bring this to center and quick twist for 4. So let's take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center, and last 1 and back to center. Good. Going to lean this back again, and let's windshield wiper those legs again. Very nice. Let's keep our left leg in front. Bring ourselves center. Sit this up tall and lean over to right first. There. And then sit it up tall center again, and now twist it to the left. Right glute, right hip, right and thigh can be lifting. Lengthen up through that spine. So get a really nice long spine. And then if it's available to you, looking as far over your left shoulder as possible. And then let's go ahead and bring this to center and quick twist for 4. Let's take this for 4 and center. It's 3, center, it's 2, and center, and last 1, and center. Good. Bring it back. Jump wiper it again. So let's do this a few more times. Sweeping that from side to side. Very good. And then we're going to go ahead and bring our feet together. So let's do a little bit of a butterfly here. Sit this up tall, feet together, heels together. Opening up inner thigh. So very good. And then let's go ahead and release this by lengthening out through those legs. So let's lengthen, keep our knees bent, flex through our feet. Let's stretch our spine first. So let's go ahead and reach up through our arms, lengthen up through our fingertips. And then let's go ahead and hinge this forward, shoulders down and away. So feet are flexed, knees are bent, so that we can stretch through the spine. Inhale, lifting this up, and let's lean it back. And exhale, hinge it forward. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, hinge it forward. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, hinge. And inhale, lifting up. Hold this here as we exhale. Let's do a lengthened stretch. So let's drop our left hand to our right thigh, right hand behind us. Nice long leg stretch and twist. Good. Inhale, lift this up, center, and exhale forward. Good. Inhale, lift this up and hold. And then let's twist it to the other side. So right hand now goes to the left, left hand behind. And then inhale, center, hinges forward. Inhale, lift this up. And release our arms to our sides. So we've still got our knees bent. Take our shoulders down and back. Lengthen straight out through our arms. And let's go into our first boat. So let's do a nice, just a nice easy boat right here. Heels are pressed into the floor. You can bend those knees more if you want. Or you can keep them. The longer they are, the more difficult it is. Going right here and breathe. That a lot of different places. Go back, abs, hip flexors, legs. Keep breathing here. Keep holding this. Just engaging, waking everything up. So waking up that whole core. Very good. And sit this up nice and tall. You can simple cross-leg it here and hinge this forward to release the opposing tension here. And then go ahead and release that. And now let's go ahead and do straight legs. So flexing through our feet and letting our legs straighten. Let's go ahead and reach back up through our arms and find our seated staff pose here. And breathe it here. Inhale deeply. And exhale it out. And again, inhale deep. And exhale it out. 2 more times. Inhale deep. And exhale. And 1 more time. Inhale deep. And exhale. Good. Releasing our arms down. Let's bring our right leg in. Go ahead and give that right leg a big hug. Take our right over left. Wrap our left arm around and let's twist it to the right. Sitting this up tall. That left foot is flexed and engaged. Looking forward that shoulder and breathing, not forgetting to breathe. Good, let's twist it towards the inside. So then take that right elbow to the inside of that right leg and twisting it to the left now. And bring this back to center. Now, go ahead and take our hands behind us, lean it back a little bit and bend at your knee. So we're going to bend at our left knee. As we bend at our left knee, look at what we're doing. We're going right into a piriformis stretch. So that ankle is staying right there on that thigh. And you may be only able to bend it a little bit, and that's fine, because this is a pretty awkward angle, but it's still getting that really nice, like an automatic piriformis stretch. Oh, yeah. Good. And then go ahead and you can release that down just for a moment. We're going to do that with bend that knee one more time. So let's go ahead and bend that left knee one more time, kind of to lift that automatically up. Very nice. And then go ahead and release that. Good. So this up tall. Let's take that inside of the foot to the inside of the thigh. Sitting this up tall, and peace fingers can either reach for that big toe or hand can go to the shin. And let's do that side stretch right there. And you can reach that arm over, or you can have that hand on your lowest rib. Whatever helps keep you open. Keep your torso open. Go ahead and release that. Let's find our staff pose once again. So setting this up tall, flexing through our feet, lengthening up through our arms. 4 breaths here. Inhale deep. And exhale it out. Again, inhale deep. And exhale it out. 2 more times. Inhale deep. And exhale it out. And 1 more time. Inhale deep. And exhale it out. Good. Releasing our arms down. Let's bring our left leg in. Give that a nice big foot. Keep that right foot engaged. Let's take that left over right. Wrap our right arm and twisting over to the left. And breathe. And let's twist it towards the inside. Or towards the right. Okay. And then go ahead and release this back to center, but don't release that leg yet. Let's lean it back and bend that knee. And you might find this side is not doing the same as the other side. So you might have one side that's tighter than the other, or you might not. But just allowing that piriformis stretch to happen. And then release that straight leg back down just for a moment. And then back into that piriformis, so back into bending back. And you might find, like I'm finding too, the pressure of that top leg, that left ankle against your right quadricep. Maybe that's killing you right now. Okay, breathe through it. And go ahead and gently release that. Let's take the bottom of that foot to the inside of that thigh. Peace fingers reaching for that toe or hand to shin. And let's go ahead and stretch the other side and breathe. And then release that. Let's do feet together again. So butterfly it again. Heels together, feet together. So is that tall? Inner thigh again. And then outer. And breathe. Very good. And then go ahead and release that. Let's take it down onto our backs. Grab your block. Let's go into some bridge work. So warming up our backs and then begin to strengthen our backs. So let's take that block between our knees. This helps with our alignment. It also helps to keep it engaged, but keep our hamstrings, our quadriceps, keep everything engaged the whole time because you're having to hold that block. All right, so we've got our feet lined up with our knees. Our knees are lined up with our hips. Let's go ahead and take our hands by our sides. We're going to lift and lower 8 times. So go ahead and lift that pelvis up towards the sky. And then lower this down. There's 8. Go ahead and lift this up again. Taking that up nice and slow. And then slowly lowering that down. There's 7. And let's go ahead and lift this up again. And lowering this down. There's 6. And lifting this up. And lowering this down. There's 5. Go ahead and lift it up. And lower it down. There's 4. Go ahead and lift this up. And lowering it down. There's 3. Go ahead and lift it up. And lowering it down. There's 2. And lifting it up. And lowering it down. There's 1. Good. Block is just going to come off to the side for a moment. Reach behind that right knee, pull that in and lengthen through that left leg. So we get a good stretch here. And then go ahead and switch sides. So lengthen through right, pull that left knee in. And then one more time each side, pull that right leg in. And left leg in. Good. Release that. Grab that block again. Block goes back between those knees. Finding our alignment again. Lift ourselves back up into this bridge. At this time, we're going to hold our bridge here. So let's go ahead and hold this. Pelvis is lifted. Let's press through our toes and balls of the feet and lift our heels up off of the floor. And breathe. Sometimes I like this better than even just like regular bridge. Sometimes for me, this feels stronger. Having the heels off the floor. And having my whole foot on the floor. Let's go ahead and press. That must mean I need to do my whole foot on the floor more. Go ahead and press your heels onto the floor. Pressing whole foot onto the floor. And then let's go ahead and lift our toes up off of the floor. And get the shin stretch. And that automatically engages those inner thighs as well. Lifting that up. And then go ahead and flatten back through those feet. Hold this bridge here. Inhale deeply. And exhale it out. And inhale deep. And exhale it out. Good. Slowly lower that pelvis down towards the floor. And then release that here just for a moment. Yeah, we're going to take that block away. And we're going to go bridge without the block because we're going to go into single leg bridge. So now you've got to concentrate on keeping that alignment, the knees aligned with the hips and then knees with the ankles. Let's lift ourselves back up into that nice strong bridge. Let's press our right foot into the floor and lift our left leg up. So we've got our single leg bridge. And let's take our left ankle to our right thigh and open up into this piriformis in the air. And then from here, let's slowly lower pelvis down towards the floor. And then let's reach behind, if it's available to you, reach behind right thigh and go ahead and pull that towards you. And your upper body may need to come up off the ground. And that's okay. Your low back might be super tight or your neck. Shoulders might be tight. Okay. Good. You can release those arms. You can release that foot back down to the floor. Try and find that alignment once again. And then let's lift that pelvis back up towards the ceiling, back into that single leg. And let's bring that leg back to center, and then that left foot goes back down. So line ourselves up again. So finding that alignment, imagining that you can see those feet lined up together. Hips, knees, ankles. Let's press into our left foot with our right leg. Let's go ahead and take our right ankle, place it to the left thigh. Hold it here just for a moment in the air. And then let's slowly lower this side down. So taking this down, and this side hands are going to reach behind the left thigh and pull that towards you. And breathe. And release those arms. Place that foot back onto the floor. Lift that pelvis back up. Very good. And bring that leg to center. And then right foot goes back down to the floor. Meet that left foot, finding our bridge. Once again, let's hold this here. Let's hold this big bridge for 4 breaths. Inhale deep. And exhale it out. 3 more times. Inhale deep. And exhale it out. 2 more times. Inhale big. And exhale it out. And 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale it out. Let's slowly lower pelvis down towards the floor. And release. Good. Reach behind right knee, pull that in, lengthen through left leg. Very good. And switch sides. Take that in. And switch sides. And switch sides. Good. Reach behind both knees. Drop both of our knees over to the right. You can have your arms out into a T. And a good big spinal twist here. And then back to center, and then switch it over to the other side. Spinal twist here as well. Back to center, drop it over back to the right. Let's take ourselves onto our sides, and then we're going to come up onto all 4s. So let's take it onto all 4s, and we'll go into some cat and cow, some balance, single leg balance with our bird dog. So first, just shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Cat and cow here, drop that belly to the floor, eyes to the sky as we think. And round our spine, take our chin to chest, exhale. And drop that belly. And round that spine, exhale. And drop that belly, and drop that. Or round that, round it, sorry. Good, bring that back to center. Let's stretch our back. So let's stretch our shoulders or scapula. Bring our right arm up and let's thread the needle through here. Temple goes on the floor, so side of the forehead goes on the floor, both palms on the floor. If you want to wrap, you can go ahead and take that top arm and wrap that around or reach those fingers for that thigh, that right thigh. And go ahead and bring this back up to center. All 4s, drop that belly, inhale. Round that spine. And drop that belly, inhale. And round that spine. Good, back is flat. Let's take it to the other side. So lifting our left arm, let's thread the needle. Forehead on the floor, both palms on the floor. And again, if you want to wrap, go ahead and take that top arm and reach those fingers for that. And we'll go ahead and release that. Bring ourselves back up off fours. Drop that belly, inhale. And around that spine, exhale. Good, flatten through the back. Let's go into bird dog. So let's go ahead and bring our right leg up, lengthen through that. You can keep that left arm down, or you can lift that left arm up and find balance here. This balance with a breath or two. And let's take elbow to knee and go 6 times, or just knee in for 6 times. So bring this in for 6 and reach. Here's 5 and reach. 4 and reach. 3 and reach. It's 2 and reach. And it's 1. Let's reach and hold. Good. Release that left arm. It's got both our hands on the floor. Take our right leg and cross it behind our left and sit. You can press that press into that heel and imagine that you can sit that glute back towards your, we're trying to sit our left glute. I'm trying to left side, left glute back towards that left heel. It probably won't go very far, but it's just a good stretch right here. A good stretch for the calf on the right side and a good stretch for the glute on the left side. Good, good. Lift that back up and bring that leg back in. And let's find ourselves in a child's pose. Let's take both of our glutes back towards our heels and lengthen through those arms. And then we'll bring this back up and let's go into that balance bird dog on the other side. So let's lift, punch right up, let's do that foot. You can keep it here or reach up with that right arm and hold a few breaths here. And let's take elbow to knee 6 times. So bring this for 6 and reach. 5 and reach. 4 and reach. 3 and reach. 2 and reach. And last 1. Let's reach and hold. And you can release that right arm. And let's go and take that left leg across and sit this back just a little bit. Oh, such a good calf stretch and hip stretch, glute stretch. And let's take this back and then release this down. Child's pose again. Take the glutes back towards heels. And bring ourselves up. Go grab both of your blocks. Now we're going to bring ourselves onto our knees. Have a block on the outside of the feet, a block on the outside of each foot. Let's go into camel's pose. So we're going to do camel's pose a couple different times. Let's take our hands and they're just going to go right to our sacrum. So that our toe, our fingers, not our toes, our fingers are pointed down. Our hands are right up against the sacrum. So that's what we're going to do for the first part of our camel's pose. All right, so fingers are pointed down, open up that chest and press the hands against the sacrum, opening the chest to the sky. And this is your first camel's pose. You don't even have to do a back bend here, but think about opening up that chest and think about those elbows trying to get towards one another. And then go ahead and release that, bring ourselves down. Well, bring yourself down into a little bit of a child's pose just to get an opposing stretch for that low back. And now we're going to bring it back up. And now we're going to use those blocks. The blocks are on each side. Good. Let's go ahead and take our right hand to that right block. Lift up with our left arm and reach. Good. This one's the main. You can look up, you can look to the side, you can look down. It's whatever feels best for your neck and back. And let's go ahead and inhale and lift this up. And then that left hand goes to the left block and reach up to the lips. And I lift this up. Good, back to child's pose. So you might need to move those blocks a little bit again. And glutes go back towards heels. Nice release for that low back. And then last camel's pose, we're going to, if it's available to you, just one block in between those heels. So if it's not available to you, feel free to do what we just did with the right hand to that right block, left hand to left block. But this time, if you want to go a little further, we're going to take that right hand to that center block and reach it up. So now there's even more of an opening in the shoulder and more of an opening in the back. Not forgetting to breathe. And let's inhale and lift this up. And then take it either to the other side or back to center with that other hand. So again, you have the options here. And then release that. Go ahead and grab both those blocks. Place them right out in front of you, hand right there. And then take yourself into just a little bit of a child's pose. Again, good opposing stretch for that low back. You did a lot. We've done a lot of back work already this morning. Really, really good. A lot of back strengthening work. Very good. And then press ourselves up. Grab those blocks. Let's take our right leg in front. We've got our blocks on either side. Let's take our left foot back and let's do a hip flexor stretch here. So lean into this. So we can use those blocks here to get a nice hip flexor stretch. And then a hamstring stretch. And then let's switch sides. So let's take it to the other side. Lean into this here. And then hamstring stretch here. Very good. And then let's go ahead and you can put your blocks where you want them for our sun salutations. We're going to go there in just a moment. Then we're going to take ourselves back onto all fours and go into our first downward facing dog. So let's go ahead and curl our toes under, keep our knees bent, and let's lift our tails to the ceiling. And lengthen through that. So nice long spine. Head is between our shoulders. And then let's begin to pedal our feet. And dropping our heels down towards the floor. Good, let's lift up on our toes, heels high, and drop both of our heels over to one side. And then lift this back up center and drop over to the other side. And then lift this back up center. And let's walk our feet to meet our hands, standing forward fold at the front edge of our mat. And let those feet come together, relax those arms, let them dangle. You're in a nice forward fold. A ragdoll right here, pressing into those toes, big toe, little toe, heel. Let's take opposite elbow with the opposite hand, right for that head. Heavy upper body. Stretching those hamstrings in that lower body. And then release those arms. And so right to blocks. Very good. Let's go ahead and inhale, flat back. So nice tabletop. And exhale, breathe, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up nice and big and go into cactus arms as we exhale. So exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, tabletop. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through that spine. Exhale and release. Right foot stays forward. Let's take our left foot back into a lunge. Let's take that left hand on the block or the floor. And let's open up into a spinal twist. Good. Very nice. And let's bring this to center. Take our right foot back to meet our left foot into a top of plank. Very strong top of plank here. Shift our weight forward, drop to the fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Take our heart down and lift our heart up, baby cobra. Good. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe this here. Very good. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward, fold. Edge of our mat. Good. Let's do everything we just did on the other side. Let's inhale, flatten that back foot forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up and exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Left foot stays forward. Right foot goes back into lunge. Right hand on the block or the floor. And let's spinal twist this open. The other side. Bring us back to center. Take our foot back to the other foot into top of plank. Go ahead and shift that weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Take the heart down, lift the heart up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Then walk our feet to meet our hands. Sitting forward, fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Adding on, exhale it around to chair. Inhale, lift this up. And let's exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, back into flat back. Exhale and release. Right foot stays forward, left foot goes back into lunge. Left hand on the floor or block. Spinal twist over to the right. Good. Bring us back to center. Take our right foot back to meet our left foot to top of plank. Shift our weight, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl the toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and walk our feet to meet our hands. Standing forward, fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around the chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Left foot forward. Right foot goes back. Right hand on block or floor. And twisting open. Bring this to center. Take that foot back to the other foot, top of plank. Shift that weight, drop to front through knees, uncurl the toes, take the heart down, lift that heart. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Good, let's walk our feet to meet our hands, 7 forward fold. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale around to chair. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and release. Right foot stays forward, left foot goes back. Drop our left heel. Bring ourselves up into warrior one. Good, warrior one. From our warrior one, let's go ahead and open it up into warrior two, proud warrior. Relax that face, centered weight. Peaceful warrior, drop our back arm, take our palm up and reach. Lengthen through our front leg, triangle, taking this down. Feel free to use a block here in this triangle pose. Let's bring ourselves back up, release our arms, walk our back foot in so that we have a narrow legs. Let's take our hands to prayer at low back, go ahead and turn that, and we will flatten our back into pyramid. So both of our legs are straight. Right foot is facing forward, left foot is still out to the side. It's in that kind of, yeah, those warrior feet. And then from here, let's move it into our balanced warrior three. So you are either up on a toe, you're lifting and lowering, or you're working on that full balance. We're going to bring it to our practice. Every day is different. Falling out of that pose is just as strengthening as staying in it. Because you're having to bring your body back to balance, you're having to support it. Use the core. Let's go ahead and hinge the body up so that we take ourselves into a standing step pose. Even more balance here. And then go ahead and release that foot down. Lengthen up, tall mountain, and then dive it down and over. Very good. And grab those blocks. Let's inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, release. Good. Take both of our feet back into a top plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl the toes, take the heart down, lift that heart up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. And walk our feet to meet our hands. Now we're going to do everything we just did on the other side. Got those blocks. Let's inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale it up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Left foot stays forward, right foot goes back. Drop our right heel and bring ourselves up into warrior one. And then let's open into proud warrior. Very nice. Drop that back arm up, peaceful. Good, release that front leg, and let's take it into triangle. And let's bring ourselves up. Release our arms, walk our foot in, so narrow that triangle. And let's take our hands to prayer low back, turn this, and take ourselves into pyramid. And then from here, let's move it into balance. Warrior 3 on the other side. Yeah, and here, let's go ahead and change this into a staff pose. And then let's bring that foot down. Tall mountain pose, up tall, inhale it. And then exhale, dive it down and over. Good, let both those blocks. Let's inhale, flatten through the back. And exhale, release both feet back into the top of plank. Shift that weight, drop towards the knees, uncurl the toes. Take the heart to the floor, lift that heart up off of the floor. This here. And then let's release this down. Let's do a little bit more back strengthening here. So arms out, legs out. Let's go ahead and lift our left arm, right leg. So we'll do that posing, strengthening right here. Posing like Superman and breathe. And release that. Let's take it to the other side. Right arm, left leg, lift. And breathe. And release that, hands by chest. Press ourselves back into a child's pose. Stretch this back. With hands by knees, press ourselves up. Go ahead and we're going to take ourselves on our backs, grab whatever you need for your final relaxation. And we're going to move into that. So let's take ourselves onto our backs. Our knees bent. Let's reach behind both of our knees. Pull that into the chest. Just make yourself into a little ball right here. And let's go ahead and drop both of our knees over to the right side. Take our arms into that T once again. Look to the left. And breathe right here. A lot of back work. Let's bring the legs back to center and drop them over to the other side. Take those arms in that T, now looking to the right. And then bring this back to center. And let's go ahead and move into a few moments of relaxation. And you can put that eye pillow over your eyes. Let's lengthen through our arms towards one end of the room. Reach out through those fingers. And lengthen out through those legs, out through those feet towards the other end of the room. Really reach through this. adding an inch or two to your height. Let the breath move through you. Let that oxygen fill up your lungs, make your body light and liquid and floating. And deep inhale here. With an exhale, allow yourself to sink, to settle. Let those feet just naturally fall. Relax that face and that jaw. Yes, some 15 moments here of quiet, just to slow everything down. Now relaxing, bend those knees, and go ahead and tuck that tailbone under. So maybe that low back restless. And go ahead and roll those knees over to your most comfortable side, taking yourself onto your side. Take your breaths. And slowly pressing yourself up. Bring yourself up into seated pose that feels strong and supportive for you. Looking through your spine, through your head, to the side. And let's inhale and sweep our arms up big. Bring our palms together and dropping our hands down in the heart. Eyes fall our fingers to the chest. Lifting our head center. Take fingers to the forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Bring our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Taking hands to heart. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love, and sound and peaceful. Big deep inhale and a clean exhale. And one more time. Big deep inhale And cleansing exhale. Very nice. Have a blessed rest of your Thursday. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye.